And before you notice, 5 minutes over a long period of time of doing it consecutively turn into way too much time wasted. And that results in you losing your consistency. It will be easier to get off YouTube and so on once your brain is set. If you're watching this video, you're probably very ambitious, but haven't been feeling motivated for the past few days, or maybe longer. The reason why I'm making this video is because I have found myself in a situation similar to yours very many times, but I know a way to get you out of this bad mindset, which I want to share with you today. There are action steps that guarantee you to get back on track. Imagine your progress on self-improvement basically like an XP bar, right? So first of all, you're starting off, you're getting the gains in the gym, you're starting to meditate, maybe educate yourself, read some books and so on. You're getting all these good habits in going, right? But essentially, after some time, you watch like one reel on Instagram, you scroll through TikTok for 5 minutes, and that's not that bad, it's just 5 minutes, right? But eventually, after some time, you keep doing that, and before you notice, 5 minutes over a long period of time of doing it consecutively turn into way too much time wasted, and that results in you losing your consistency. You could do many things at once. You could just start the day, do your workout, do your regular work, school, and then also read books, then study, then do all other things. And for some reason, you just simply cannot get yourself to do it. Why is that? I already made a video regarding this topic, but I've learned many new things about this specific topic, which I wanted to share with you. I've tried to figure out a way to stay consistent and to get back on track. And so my solution was to make a list of all the things you were doing when you were in the good mindset, in the mood to reach your goals, in the mood to when you actually want to achieve everything. The idea was go back to this list you've made, the list you made when everything was going according to plan, when you had a good mindset, when you wanted to improve, when you were sticking on to your goals, when you really were motivated to go to the gym and work out, when you really wanted to achieve your success, right? I've made a list of my own. Basically, I've mentioned my observations when everything was going right, when motivation was through the roof. I had a good streak of semen retention. I was on a 5-ingredient diet. I basically limited myself to eating milk, eggs, meat, butter, and cheese, so that I limit all the processed food so I don't poison myself with all the weird shit that they put into food nowadays. I've slept well, and also interestingly haven't worked out in 2 days and motivated. Probably because I really didn't have time, or maybe I just didn't for some other reason. It's not really specified in here. But either way, my motivation was through the roof and I still could focus on my goals. I still really wanted to improve and achieve my success. I was actually low-key fueled by this pain of missing out on the gym and my meditations. Maybe that also motivated me forward. A big thing is pain. That's what I've also noticed here. I was running on 1 cup of coffee a day and I limited all my nicotine intake to 0. Obviously, I don't smoke, I don't vape because my BP is not tiny like people who do. I just take lip pillows with nicotine to maximize my productivity during deep work. I was taking all my usual supplements like D3, K2, vitamins, so on, the creatine. I also noted that fulfillment was more fun than pleasure, and seeking pleasure actually made me feel disgusted and bored, which were interesting observations after sticking to this list of habits for a while. But there's a problem. When you're feeling down, when you're feeling unmotivated, you cannot focus on all of those things at once. Maybe you can, but generally, if you really try to follow that, you can find yourself actually struggling to keep focus on all these goals at the same time. Maybe it's too much for you, and then you can get frustrated because, well, you did all those things. Why can't you do them again? And you can visualize it as if you've lost some of your XP, you've lost some of those levels. For example, let's think of a video game. Whenever you're playing a video game, you level up. Let's say World of Warcraft or League of Legends, you gain some levels, right? And then you can kill more monsters, you can kill stronger enemies and so on, right? it's basically the same in real life. When your level is higher, you can basically tackle more difficult tasks, you can focus harder, you have your discipline under control. But if you lose those levels by bad habits just sneaking into your life, you cannot really expect yourself to fight the same monsters at the same level, right? You cannot really expect yourself to do all these things that you could do on a higher level. Luckily, it's really easy to get back to all these good habits and the good mentality. And there are steps. There are steps that I want you to follow if you want to immediately get back on track. So first of all, the step 1 is covered. You found this video. You were gonna have the necessary knowledge to get back on track. Let's start with meditation. Just most important thing to start off is to meditate for 3 minutes a day. It's really not that much. What I want you to do is sit down, close your eyes, and not think of anything for 3 minutes. Just set an alarm on your phone. And whenever a thought arises in your head, try to eliminate it and focus back on not thinking. And of course, it's going to happen again. You're going to start thinking of something else, but that's the key. That's what meditation is about. You want to focus on not thinking, and whenever you start thinking again, you want to focus back. Don't worry, it will happen. It's normal. It has to. Your brain will have to eventually think of something. You want it to think of nothing, and that's how it works. That's what you want to do. That will solve the issue of you not being able to focus on your goals. You will be more mindful, so you will be better at making decisions what thing to take up next. It will be easier to get off doom scrolling online. It will be easier to get off YouTube and so on once your brain is set through meditation. So instead of focusing on all the million problems or on all the million tasks you have, take it one at a time. If you really struggle, you don't even have to do all of these tasks that you had planned to do anyways. You will get there. You will get back to your motivation. You will get back to regular discipline. Let's just level up by killing the easier monsters first. Let's do the easier things first, like meditation and so on. And then you will quickly gain the XP pack to put yourself on the level necessary to tackle bigger goals, more goals, so on. For example, studying for hours, working on a business for longer periods of time with more deeper focus. So it might stress you out that you start small and you're actually missing out on a lot of things. But think about it. You were trying to focus on many things at the same time and it didn't work. Things were just getting out of hand. If you're in this bad mood, if you're in this low state, right? It's not going to happen anyways, unless you're an exception. But exceptions do not disprove the rule. So by handling small things, like just starting off again for just 3 minutes of meditation a day, this is the most efficient way of getting your XP back, of getting back to your high level. So this is the most efficient way. So you don't need to stress about not doing everything that you did before. By stressing, you're just making it worse. And there is this limiting belief that people have when they're in a bad mood, when they're unmotivated. They might be thinking that, oh wow, I'm never gonna achieve that again. I'm not feeling it again as I used to. Now this is bullshit on many reasons, and you should not trust your brain. Because notice how whenever you're feeling good, your brain suddenly thinks that you can achieve everything, and when you're feeling bad, your brain thinks that you can't. And from your brain's point of view, your emotion is quite a shitty argument. It's not logical. So you should tell your brain to shut the fuck up and focus on the process. And then you will believe in yourself again. This has been Costless Ethics. Subscribe to this channel for more motivational advice. If you have any questions or ideas for videos, well, I should talk about next, you can write it down in the comments.